Hello, Namaste. Welcome back to this new Indian series here on Crusader Kings 3 on the Lord Master channel, where we are of the Seuna Yadava Dynasty. Yeah, I found the different spelling or name variant of that dynasty. I mean, besides the Yadava, but the first one, which I kept pronouncing as Sona or Sona, but that's slightly incorrect on my part. But at least I found an alternative, Sevuna, even though it doesn't have a V on this particular spelling. But anyways, if you've seen the previous episode, a great injustice has fallen in our family. Which, as we know, that the first ruler of the first episode had passed away of old age, but my father experienced an injustice that insulted not only the Marathi people, but of our entire family. The Rashtrakuta, our liege, the dynasty that runs Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Telangana, they stole Devagiri from us. All because they had a legitimate claim to it. Legitimate on their part, but they took our ancestral land, and we were reduced to having only one holding. So, feel like we were sent to exile, one would think. Let me show you, in case you haven't seen the previous episode, which I recommend you must. It's pretty dramatic. See this here? Seuna Yadava. This is supposed to be our land, even though in actuality we only held two counties, or thikanas, Devagiri and Mulaka. We held these two, but Maharaja Amoghavarsha stole it from us. He's an evil man. Not only took away my father's land, especially the two holdings of the Damas of Devagiri and Pratistana. So he has returned to his capital. But there is one problem. We do have a strong hook on his son and heir, Krishna, but his other son is not of their dynasty. But he holds this. He has no children of his own. But however, he is also the heir of Maharashtra, and we had plans to expand to Kondana when we can fabricate a claim there, which we'll find a time to do so. So, I would rather see, despite the fact that this is a big kingdom, but I'd rather see it united for a time. I want Krishna to have everything, even though he's going to be just as bad as his father, but bad as in evil. Bad guy. Look at him. He's wrathful, he's lazy, he's sadistic, and he's about to be the overseer, which means when he takes over as Maharaj, he's going to have a whole lot of authority. He's going to have natural dread and more control. Better for the defense, but also wants strict organization and hard rule, and he'll be more reliant on mercenaries, and he'll have absolute control on the counties or thikanas he controls, which is a special state control enabled by the absolute control perk, denoting that the ruler has an iron grip over the population. Whenever control's at 100, it will instead display as absolute and give additional bonuses to taxes and levies. So, he's going to be one to watch out for, is Krishna. But now, we reside here in the Thikana of Trikuta, and our holding is the Dama of Nasikya. Which, by the way, after I did a bit of reading the night before this recording, Nasikya, it has a bit of an interesting history in this part of India. And why you say that? That some would ask? Well, who's we, Lord Master? Yeah, anyways, let me spell this right. The Nasikya Kingdom. Yes, it was a kingdom in its day. Not like this. But Nasikya was a kingdom which was mentioned in the Hindu epic the Mahabharata. Which, by the way, I'm still watching the Mahabharata series. I'm catching up again. Not saying the recent uploads, but well, the order of the episodes. I just barely reached, as of this recording, around episode 61 out of 94. Which, by the way, that's the Mahabharata series by B.R. Chopra. Every Indian knows that TV series, but for you Westerners that may not be familiar with it, it's on YouTube. Go check it out. I highly recommend it if you are into Indian history or mythology and whatnot. But anyways, back at Nasikya. We know it was mentioned in the Mahabharata, but it was also during the time of the other Indian epic that preceded it, the Ramayana. This place was a forest and was known as Panchavati, and it was here that Raghava Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita spent their period of exile from their kingdom, Kosala, into the woods. So, Rama was here, in exile. It was a period of exile. And I made a remark that it feels like we're living in exile right now away from Devagiri. But here's the difference in this particular story that we're on. We're not Hindus. We're Jains. There is no Hindus around here. Well, except for the courtiers, but the nearest ones are not far from here. But they might be converted to Yapaniya Jainism. Anyways, so here's what I'm going to do. Amoghavarsha doesn't have long to live. He's 8 years old. He's ailing. We know he's a bad person, but I believe Krishna might be worse. And he's going to have absolute control on whatever land that he controls. And the problem is that I want to expand down southward to Kondana, which is part of the Nasikya Raj kingdom, if you will. Petty kingdom. Which means if he, when Krishna takes over, the kingdom is partitioned. Because he's the heir to Maharashtra. Which would complicate things on our advance to Kondana. So, this is against everything that I stand for, but we're going to murder him. Any takers? How much? Yeah. Steep price. And temporarily, stop looking for secrets. We need your help to support the scheme. So we can guarantee that he will go down. As we will bring one more agent in. Should be good enough. I like those chances. And it'll be 11 months. Hope that we assassinate him before he dies. If not, then this spells trouble. Just noticed. Shoot! We knew it! Krishna has taken over, but we do have a strong hook on him. But now the Rata kingdom, we serve under him now. And if we kill him, what's the plot now? Still the same. Give it another couple of months, but... Well, we're about to have another man to join. Come on in. So when we assassinate him, Krishna gets everything. Just like what we wish for. So I can't use my hook against him yet, but... I'd rather see the Rashtrakuta be united. Sounds contradictory, I know. But you are in my home of Devagiri, and I want you off of it. Well, we cannot. So please give away Kondana to somebody else. I'd be happy to advance there. But in order to advance, you gotta fabricate a claim. Damn! He knows too much. just as we feared. I know you are intimidated, and you dislike him. Can't send you a gift. But you got a very good... You're a counselor. You are... What member of the council? Hopefully Spymaster, but I believe he's the Spymaster. Yes, him. But he's terrified of him. Too dangerous, he says. The plot may be discovered, because I guess the Spymaster... What's his skill? He's the Spymaster of the realm. He got lucky on the discovery chance. We had another man that joined. I think. Is he... What? Yeah. But is he doing it for Tirthankaras or for fame? My cynical self asks. He did give away Kondana. Good! No malice. Well, he's going to be pretty tough, so... Begin fabricating a claim for Kondana. It'll take us 15 months, which is a fine time. He's also given this away. A fellow Shivite, a fellow Marathi, I should say, and he's a Shivite Hindu. Guess he just gave it to local vassals. Huh? What? You're the new Spymaster. Are you? Yes, you are. Well, looks like Rome's gonna be united after all. Thank you, Bajabe. Nada. May you live long. If this plot is successful. Grants immunity to county corruption for 5 years. Good. Rashtrakuta. Following the death sentence of lowly thief, I asked my son-in-law Vilama what he thought. He responded that the sentence was far too harsh for such a small crime. Just is good. I like just. After all, you're going to be a man of diplomacy. So now we have a very good chance of assassinating regardless, because the Spymaster's in, and we got twins! Yes. Twins. Segunabai, Milubai. You gotta have twin-sounding names, even though Marathi names, with their last few letters, often end similarly, like Lakshmibai. More daughters means more possible alliances. Khan Chalukya, you still around? To make Thakur Kumaragiri of Ashmaka more susceptible to my attempts at approaching him, I can induce a compliment to my next missive to his court. I'll be sure to mention his, I'll just try it. Relentless courage. Which doesn't sound like it for a man who's content. My agent Durga approaches me with a bunch of parchment clutched in her hands. I found old architectural sketches of Maharaja's castle. You mean Devagiri? My father's home. You know, I'm old enough to remember that I was born and raised here, you know. It's outdated. That looks like a tunnel we can use. So that's progress. We need to get this done fast. Our recent correspondence has been a source of joy for me. I cannot help but think we might both benefit from the increased communication. It's too late for more considerations. I'll stop swaying him in a moment. One of my agents has acquired a Saul-scale viper and arranged for a servant to hide it in Maharaja Mirada's bed before dark. All they need is my go-ahead and he'll be good as dead as the moment the snake strikes. And remember, Krishna gets everything. Because I have a strong hook on him and I must use that hook on him. Hope you're not afraid of snakes, Marada. He has survived the Saul-scale viper's bite. Though the snake attack, a physician was quickly called and managed to stop the venom from spreading. My place on the Saul-scale viper bed is hardly inconspicuous, but at least no one knows that I was behind it. Oh dear. At first you don't succeed, because next time you won't be so lucky. That was Durga's idea, or was it my idea? I don't know. Durga told me about the tunnels. But I hope you got something better. So yes, we start over from the beginning. He's aware there is a plot, but he doesn't know that I'm the one who started it. Huh? To my vassal, as an influential Raja, it is only fair that you have a voice on my council. In recognition of this fact, I hereby offer you the position of Chancellor of Ratha. Oh, I'm pretty good at the job, actually. Thank you. Well, I'm Chancellor now. But here's the deal. If I, put my focus on it. I mean, it does have a slight increase of diplomacy experience. I'm about to pick up another perk, which is for divided attention, but that's the main limit. And since I have a habit of getting hooks from people by blackmail, might as well start going for that. Just pick that up if I need more money. Because I don't know how much it costs for a claim on Kondana. And I need allies, because we can't do this alone. We may have the forces to take them on, but their bowmen would kill us. Whoa, really? You've increased the chances from 90 to 95 because you just became a rival. Ah, so that's why you joined. Makes me want to romance you a bit. Because, you're doing something for me. And that's good. But you're just a Dama. A mayor of Sholapur. Well, then again, she's 40. She's a little... Well, we're both around the same age. What are you talking about? Anyways, as additional payment in recent trade, I find myself in possession of a large herd of cattle. I've been assured that the animals are of the highest quality, but the question of what should be done with them remains. Don't just get the money for the fabrication of the claim. Oh, we just lost a bit of it. We know that the scheme is exposed. He rules the kingdom, and I am his counselor. Oh, that's the reason for the chance increase. And the rivals. Oh, they took away the Spymaster position from her. Well, who is it now? Takarani. Albino. You may find this immoral to you. Well, now we have to get her on our side, but... Well, there is someone we can convince that'll give us a good boost. And you're just a guest. You don't pay much. 85 now. Just in case. But I'll finish up the architect route. Yeah, go pick up architect and I may go for intrigue. Likely for more skullduggery, since now I have a habit of it. Even though I would get more stress in the process because I'm trusting. That's against my very nature. You got 6 months. We'll check back again for a time. And I don't need payment from Krishna. I have something for him. If we can get rid of him. And he's gotten married, so we must kill him before she has a child. She's intimidated of him. Because he's sadistic. Another bad seed. And thank you for the wealth. I need one more agent, so we can guarantee it. How much? Well, wait for a possible progress event. Maybe it'll come. Just take your time. And save the money, because we're gonna go pick up a claim. Which I don't know about your skill for it, but if you can get the claim on Kondana, then I hope you have a good life ahead of you. Well, he already is living a good life. He's an ascetic, you know. Speaking of that, don't want to meditate yet. I'm waiting for the day that he drops, and then I will go meditate in peace and try to have a clear mind about this. When that time comes, my agents will need a safe escape route out of the castle. Should anything go wrong, a detailed map of the local plains with all its hidden paths and caves would be an invaluable resource. Again, I know the country. I'll explore the plains myself. Listen, I was born and raised in Devagiri. I map out the surrounding Devagiri, gain map surroundings. There we go. Hasn't impregnated his wife yet, I can tell by the way she looks. Should be good. There'll be no one to stop us this time. Dhadiyappa, I have prowled through the documents, both ancient and of less certain provenance. I finally have enough material to make the case that you are the rightful lord of the Thikana of Kondana. All that is missing is one little bribe. How much? See it done. Yeah, he's stepping up. I will meditate as soon as I hear him dead. Heard of the news of him dead. My agent has scheduled a journey for Maharaja Maharaja, which will take them through dark woods, the jungle. All that is missing is a band of thugs that will tragically slay them in a highway robbery gone wrong. I can already imagine blood saving to the dark soil. Oh, the woods could be such a dangerous place. He got lucky the first time, but this time, not so much. Thanks to my brilliant plan and my hired thugs, Maratha is finally dead. As the travel party stopped to camp for the evening, bandits poured out from among the trees, calling for blood and gold. The soldiers fought back, but thankfully it was not enough. Maharaja was tragically slain in the melee. The bandits are now hunted by all, and no one even suspects my involvement. Ha! Perhaps commoners are not so useless after all. We had to do it. We had to do it. Now, Krishna has taken it all over, and since I have a strong hook on him, well, I don't want your money. Your money's no good to me. What I would like to have is a feudal contract change again, or demand council position. I mean, I'm not on the council anymore, am I? Who cares? I don't have the skills that is worth to be on the council. I'm not a powerful vassal, yet. Remember, in this father, we made sure that the titles will never be revoked. Never revoke my titles ever again. I can either pay no taxes to you, or, I'll have a look at that in a moment. When we declare war for Kondana, how much prestige will that cost? Yipe. So maybe that, but I'm a bit divided, honestly. Because I'm thinking either council rights guaranteed, in which the demand council position interaction can be used at will. Well, that's good. But again, my prestige gain can be gained a bit easier whenever I go hunt or feast or anything, for that matter. So I wouldn't mind. So I think council rights would be just good. So, yes, I'm gonna go for it. Obligations already been changed. Really? For, how long? Hang on. Set everything. So, you must propose a change and propose an equal exchange on obligations. In favor 1. So, not contract. So, not any of that. Oh, okay. Never mind then. But, what am I going to do with that hook on him? Instead, just get the money from him, which isn't much, but it'll do for our future conflict to get us to Kondana. Maybe we need bowmen of our own. Knowing that we'd be fighting up in the hills. And there's a river crossing there, so strategically need to go through this route. We already got our chevaliers, which, well, they don't fight very well. But we do have good commanders, but not good chevaliers. And arranging a marriage with anybody would just move us up on the social ladder, but not necessarily, because we just need our lands back. That's all I want, so to further contribute, so it cannot be used again for 5 years, so give me the money. So, I was reluctant, but he has to pay me money. This is what he owes me. Now, let me go meditate. So I'm more likely to lose stress here in the gentle plains of Ananaga. And I will use the... Hopefully they don't cost too much. They'll send the arrow. Oof. A new claimant. Of all the buffoonery I've ever seen, and Chadava's made efforts to improve my relation with my neighbors. The good-for-nothing Chancellor has acknowledged Rani Lakshmi's claim on the Rashtrakuta. That's my neighbor. Oh, don't do that. You're supposed to make me friends, not enemies. Now I'm gonna have her killed. Maybe. Because that's an unpressed claim, and I don't want anybody touching my land. He can be convinced. And this is very, very good. He's Lakshmi's guardian. I guess those guests can wait. I guess those guests. Listen to what you just said then. We gotta get rid of her quickly. Because there ain't no way that we are gonna exist at this moment of time. Because my Chancellor's a screw-up! Well, don't complicate things. What's the capital? Kalyani. And do ask again, why are we not allies at this very moment in time? I mean, he's allied, but the rest are not. Well, I have daughters, plenty of them, so... You can be convinced. She's gonna strike very soon, but we must strike first. I need this again. It's not good enough to me. This will do. But that's gonna take a long time. Seems not every servant at Rani Lakshmi's court is blind and low. Godvinda assures me that he has a way in, and at a few coins. God dang it, I don't have that kind of money. No, it's too risky. I don't have the money like I used to. All because of my good-for-nothing Chancellor. Created a new Raja. Huh? Grant vassal? I decided to make Thakurani Bajava of Atsagoma your vassal. My vassal? Oh, Devagiri. Devagiri's free. Not to be confused with... well... Also, who? What? As my vassal? You're granting me vassals. You want me to govern some of you people. Well, since I am the Raj of Devagiri... well, you may not like me, but, we could still use that strong hook against you because we have you... well... people out west say that we have you by the balls. So... I guess this is what he wants, so... So Maho, I guess he's gonna give all these areas back to me. I got my own vassals now. Even though I want them out of here, because that's my land, that I should hold all of them, not you people, but I'll accept. Thank you, Krishna. But I need a little more. Give me Devagiri. And he will. And one more. Our land is reunited. Well, I guess you are not like your father after all, but I know you still dislike me. We had a diplomatic incident, but one day, we're gonna get back at you for what you've done. But at least she's a nice person. Wait a minute. No, she's Rajkumari. She lives within Rajalata, which I fear that Lakshmi might become a... I mean, since I got vassals now, I guess that means they could contribute to my levies for our defense. And our eventual advance to Kondana. I'm still going down there regardless. And then after we catch Kondana, and I'll kick them all out of here. These are Marathi land, not Kannada land. Because he was appealing to his people. But you are standing on my soil. But after making a trip to the wide open plains of Ahmednagar, I found my mind unencumbered and free to wander. A remote location was a significant boon, giving me a welcome reprieve from the daily problems I had typically to deal with at court. Glad I took the time to do this. So there, my skills are back up from the meditation. A merchant has sent me samples of seeds. Plants he claims are good for the health and mind. I must admit I have little experience in nurturing plants, but how hard could it be? They must be worth something. Look, I'm going to take that chance to murder without getting more agents. Well, we'll just say that the Kannadans are good people. We're trying to get an alliance with them before she gets betrothed to somebody that doesn't favor me very well. We know your desire for an alliance, but you ask too much. Since I have a, Crown Authority. But we do not have, this sort of thing. That the titles can be revoked. But the primary heir will go back to Krishna if I try to kill any of them. Thus undermining. But I thank Krishna for his sensibility. As I said, I guess he's not like his father at all. So there is some justice in this world. How much is the garrison? We can take it, but it's going to cost us a little. So let's not rush ahead. I'm okay. So remember, we just can't revoke because I do not have limited crown authority. Despite the fact that I have unpressed claims in my ancestral lands for Devagiri and Mulaka. And we will soon go to Kondana to expand our holdings. And we may get a little bit more holdings soon after. Don't go anywhere. Both Rani Janambike of Janamik and I are held in esteem by our liege, Maharaja Krishna. However, when it comes to handing out titles, honor, and wealth, one of us will be first among equals. The upcoming gallery at Kalyani Castle gives me a chance to ensure that I am won in the Maharaja's favor. Well, he doesn't like me already, so... As a smooth talker, this should be easy. A diplomacy challenger, against her. So I become friendly with the Maharaja, get prestige, or Janabiki befriends the Maharaja. She befriends the Maharaja, not surprisingly. It is not what Govinda was hoping to find by spying on secret conversations, but discovering the truth about Kolgan environment does not hurt. Perhaps this can help my efforts. Blackmail him. Get a weak hook. Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna need you to help me on this one. Join a plot. Every little bit helps. We need to get rid of the Rani before we can make a move to Kondana. I'm aware that we got guests. 95. Just have to wait a little longer and hope it doesn't get discovered. Because her intrigue is... Who knows? I know she's a teenager, but that threat has to be eliminated. She's a Rashtrakuta, you know. Never trust a Rashtrakuta. I hereby invite you to the feast of my court at Vatsagama. Want a seat on the council. Gee, you could be my potential Spymaster, if I could get you on our side, but it all depends on the outcome here. I don't often go to feasts, but it doesn't hurt. Alright, he's come of age, with sufficient tutelage that even a child has displayed little natural inclination towards diplomatic influence, such as him, could come truly understand. A true silver tongue, he could sway the opinion of counts and kings alike, Thakurs and Maharajas alike. When he speaks, the court listens in abject silence. Grey immense. Impressive. Ambitious, arrogant, but just. And that's his personality. One for diplomacy, not for war. But he can be a good fighter if he wishes to. That's why he's my chevalier. As I said, wish we were allies, but guess not. Whereas you don't have children, but we could be potential allies. And I would also love to ally with them. Because, I'm going to need some help in retaking my, old homeland. Originally, I was looking to get wood steel, but this is for limited crown authority, and that's going to take an eternity and a half getting here, but if we can acquire more land, then it'll be good. So yes, I have a valid reason, but I do not have limited crown authority. I don't think I'll be around by that time. After having spoken over dinner for a while, Damapatni, Revagamad, leans over me to tell me that she finds it impressive how knowledgeable I am about so many different things. She recognizes true intellect, I see. My son, what happened? Did you have an accident in warrior training? Did someone bully you? What? Well, just do a safe treatment. It was an infected wound and then it's gone. Feast is dwindling down. I find myself deep in conversation with my guileless vassal. She inquires about my opinion on troop compositions, a subject she's deeply interested in herself. Oh, she's home over that. It's a subject that fascinates me as well. As soon as I'm out of here. It's such a joy to see my friend. Well, we're friends officially. Once again, we eat, drink, sing together, as if no time has passed since we parted last. We could have been dining in a barn, and this would be still one of the greatest feasts I've ever been to. What would life be without her? I lose a lot of stress and reinvigorated friendship. Okay, no need to talk to my confidant. What a feast! What a feast! I'll remember the days spent in back around these halls for a long time to come. Time to wash off traces of merriment and wine, and once more resume my duties as Lord of the Realm. Farewell, my vassal. But don't get into a lot of it, because you may become an eager reveler one day. You don't want that to happen. But remember what's coming up. She doesn't know what's about to happen, and she doesn't know what's gonna hit her. Govinda is preparing a special trip for young Rani Lakshmi. The child trusts she will be brought on an enjoyable day in the forest. Lakshmi will fortunately get lost and be impossible to find before nightfall. Oh, she was so young too. A child lost in the forest. It happens tragically often. Murdering a child? Are you certain about this? Hell yes. Lakshmi is dead. The search went long into the night before it was called off and reconvened at dawn. It was only then the body was found bloodied, mangled, and torn after attack by some vicious and hungry beast, assumingly a tiger. At least all there was a beast doing. Thankfully, everyone agrees that it is a terrible tragedy, and my involvement in the existence of any scheme remains unknown. And they say children are the future. Big stress gain. But then again, I'm ambitious, which I'm more prone to stress gain. I need to go have a talk. After a long conversation with my mother, Ella, I could feel my thoughts calming down. However, as I rejoined the court, I could see the jealousy on the courtier's face. After all, who wouldn't want to have Ella's trust? My mind is at ease, though. There. No claim. Nobody else. Nobody else. So yeah, it's rather unfortunate. So, our road to Kondana is open. But I'm gonna need one little thing. There's a couple of guests waiting. How much? 30? 30? 10. I can only bring at least one in with me, and it's going to be you. He comes from all the way from Bengali, and he's a holy warrior. Comes all the way from Bengal. Whereas this man, a big man, not a giant. This one's the most competent out of all the commanders. Do I need to? Well, since we got rid of him, now it's time for Mama to start looking for secrets again. It's still the capital. Well, find at least one. Particularly one with money. There's nothing on Kondana as of yet, but we would like to build another small hill fort there, since this has hills. Well, meanwhile, I'll try to sway you. So I can't change feudal contract again until, you know, whenever. But again, I would love to have these back, but what the hell am I going to do with them? Just to make it feel justified that we, you know, got them out of here. It's almost like I wish I could give them, you know, independence away from me, but I'm not an independent ruler. I'm also not your vassal, and, you know, all that. But if I kill him, it's going to go back to Krishna, which wouldn't do any good. How old is Mama? 56, and she's ailing, so we could lose her. And you'll be the Spymaster soon. Don't you worry. Okay, Dhamapati Kumagiri of Bida. You got money? Sign of a weak soul, and I know don't overdo it, because you know the stress, right? Every time when you do that. This is why you gotta meditate often. Pay up. Because I'm gonna need something. Because I need that money for 2 reasons. We've got the light footmen. Now we need some archers. And also, give me him. Because he's the most competent commander as far as I'm concerned. So now I have your undivided attention. And in the next 3 years, I'll become an architect and switch my focus on intrigue, maybe, since I have a habit of doing that now. Although it's against his character's nature. Not betrothed yet, huh? Oh, good. This is exactly what I wanted. Don't know why we couldn't get an alliance with Chalukya, but yet we do have an alliance with them, which we can definitely move into Kondana as soon as we're good and ready. And do keep looking for more secrets. Spend the last years of your life looking for more secrets. So that way I will know, and I'll know when to blackmail when the time is right. Unless you find another dirt on Krishna or anything else. Maybe the daughter. May never know. Since they run on equal doctrine there. Nothing? Keep looking. Is that all you can find? Okay. Almost ready. Hambiral comes of age. I'm proud to see my son no longer as a child but as an adult, with sufficient tutelage that even a child has displayed natural inclination towards warfare, such as Hambiral. He could come truly understand. He's shown great aptitude in both battle tactics and management of armies. He will make a fine commander one day, I'm sure. Skilled tactician, aggressive attacker. Oh, by the way, she's the heir to, Panaji. Panaji. That's there. That's another way of expanding. You know, after all, it's your daughter, you know, split the realm a little. Or adding, you know, and whatnot. So, the son is a Shuvia. He'll do alright as a commander. But I believe he'll do better for practical reasons. Well, we're almost ready. Wait till we reach 100 gold. That's when war will be declared. So, now it's about to be all in size. When we do not have time to bring siege weapons, we'll just do it the old way. Just once we expand the realm more, then maybe I'll get siege weapons. I mean, I already have a sizable realm, thanks to Krishna, for sort of righting the wrong. But since the war hasn't come yet, until we raise more money, I will go to meditate. Because I would love to lose more stress, so go back to the gentle plains of Devagiri, my old home. Which unfortunately, the owner is of... Who's this fellow's name? Ah, Indra's got a lover. That'll be useful to know, but don't blackmail it. Not yet. Be patient. Get your stress down first, before you think of anything else. Now once I'm done meditating, then we're off to war. And at the same time, I will be the architect and possibly switch for a little bit more on the intrigue, but I don't know. Like, we could start this route, then I'll probably go for the middle option. Damn it, man. Mervian conquest of the Mazapanate of Zemadua. And the Rashtrakuta are involved in this faraway area. Well, while the Liege is busy, as we see their armies marching around, so off they go, because we got our own plans coming up. Alright, we got additional taxes. Now we're definitely ready. Just let me finish my meditation. Unfortunately, I could not stop thinking about the dark secrets I keep. What would happen if the world finds out? Preoccupied with such thoughts, I could not find peace. Well, guess guess it's not to be. Well, let us go. Don't call it ally just yet. See if we could do it on our own. Even though we double the size now. Now that we got bowmen. Rough terrain expert, huh? Okay, you'll do. Don't get killed, because that man's going to be going back to Krishna and not to me. Head to Bhima Shankara, then to Kondana. Yeah. I don't think we can catch him. No, they're moving a bit too fast. Fine, we'll take it here. Get the one who knows a little thing or two about the siege. Which will take us 8 months. Since we have no siege weapons, we'll just have to get lucky. Starvation already. Even if they do come to Nasikya, our garrison can actually fend them off. So they can't attack us. There's desertion. More desertion. Our fort level is much higher than his, but so we should get this definitely in the bag. A lot of the garrison is deserting. Now sickness is spreading. Not enough. And we still make a tiny bit of profit. Another guest. Well, I'll ransom you. You better pay up right now. Because we have your daughter. You'll have your daughter back, and but you will surrender the Fort Kondana to me. So there you have it. Kondana is ours. We didn't need allies for this. Tariyab Hord Dhadiyappa. May your years be short and miserable. You are much grateful than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. Fort Kondana. Now we're going to need a marshal to bring that under control. Because we just took it over. And it's going to take a while to... 60 years! Increased autonomy. Oh, it's only going to last 3 years, so I think it should just be patient. At least give that time. So, yes, I've heard of the name Kondana before in the Indian history. Heck, even seen a film that took place in Kondana. Which today it's known as Singagad, but back then it was known as Kondana, which was the site of many battles, most notably the battle of that in 1670, which I'm sure every Marathi knows this chapter in their history, which is where the Maratha Empire took that fort from the Mughals, which was described to be, well, a surgical strike of sorts to that Mughal-held fort in Kondana, which was led by Tanhaji Malusare. So yes, even though the terrain is hills here, but the fort itself is on a cliff face of sorts, on a cliff and whatnot. So even though we did it without siege weapons, to take Kondana here in this series, but in actual history, the capture was made possible by scaling the walls at night with ladders made of rope. A fight followed in which Tanhaji was killed, but the fort was won. The battle and Tanhaji's exploits are still a popular subject for Marathi ballad, which they did made a film of it recently, which in fact I've watched that film about a couple of weeks before this recording. Need a little bit of, Indian historical epic inspiration to do a series such as this. Which that film is Tanhaji, the Unsung Hero, which another piece of Indian media that I would recommend to you people. I enjoyed it. As with most Indian films, since honestly, I'm such a sucker for them because I'm an unashamed Indophile. But now, let's get back down to business. So, Kondana is ours, but there's barely any control to hold because of the increased autonomy that the previous owner left us. But we can make another hill fort out of this, because we want to defend every piece of land that we control. It's going to take us 4 years to improve the defenses here, much like how the defenses was improved here in Nasikya. And since we hold these two, we can also create the Raj of Nasikya, if we got the money. Also, due to Confederate partition, fortunately, he will get Kondana, whereas my son will still be here in Trikuta. So, okay, we got this area. But the route to take all this, so since we now have room to go visit a claim on Kondana. For months, Virupaksha, Raja Adityavarma's Purohit, has been digging up spurious contracts and fabricated histories. Now Raja Adityavarma dares to act if it all amounts to legitimate claim on the Tekkana of Kondana. Lies and more lies. We're allies. Don't take advantage of this. What you hear is lies. The alliance cannot be broken, so don't get any ideas. And I'm faithful. It's a matter. Thought about constructing another building, which originally was supposed to be barracks, I recall. So just more to hear before we actually start building more for Kondana. Since we're going to plan on building up these defenses here in a couple of years' time. But their popular opinion is really high. Oh, that's due to increased autonomy, the marshal's guidance, popular figurehead, alms and classification, secret exposed. That's my vassal. Yeah, it's a scandal. Now everyone knows of their secret. Oh, if only I had to imprison you and revoke that title off of you, but I cannot revoke. Because if I do that, then you already have a child. Oh. Mother. Just keep looking. Just opened so many secrets for me that one day I may blackmail any of them for money. But I need to talk with you. No? Talking to Ramstri, my marshal. Mine's at ease. Once again. We gained additional taxes. Done well. Of course. Now don't even think about grabbing Kondana. That's my property now. Now I'm an architect. And as an architect, which means that the building construction time will be faster and the cost will be made cheaper. I don't need to get more of the extort subjects in case I need more money. Think, damn it. You want to extort? Well, since I get stressed pretty often, I think I should just stay in stewardship for a little bit longer. Take this route, but no need for any of this. So, yeah, I guess I'll stay with it for about 6 more years. Now we're starting to get income, as we have a little bit more control. Again, we don't get a lot of income. So. Oh, I forgot. You see, for learning. Does anybody know intrigue? Well, Mother's gonna pass this in, so just... I can demand payment from Krishna again, since I'm allowed to use the strong hook again. Okay. Do I need more money from you? Which seems like, what a way to do that to him, huh? Think. And they say you can't modify it again if you've already done it once, right? Yeah, obligations already changed. Is that for the rest of this character's life? Because that's what I'm wondering. So, I may possibly get more money out of you, so why the hell not? His income is fine. So, fork it over. Since our income was rather good during the war, you know what? Increase the size of both of them. So that way we're going to be more capable of defending ourselves. A few things I enjoy more than Dhammapadne. On this company. We spent an evening bothering the cemetery, nailing them about every small mistake and complaining about every detail. Who knew that petty acts of torment has truly a way of easing a troubled mind? After this short break, I felt more at ease than I had in a long time. I'm lucky to have a friend like that. Nice little break. Yeah, it's going to take an eternity and a half to get there. 33 years. So getting Devagiri back won't take long unless they commit a... No. You just don't get it, do you? A Raja. Another person that we can demand payment out of. But just hold on. Just checking my stress. Actually, we can do that. Gotcha. Pay up. And we'll keep the mouth shut for you. Four months. 19 months. Right, where else do we wish to expand within Maharashtra? I know Krishna wants some of this land back that he's given away, but these latter two are unpressed claims. I mean, those claims would die with him once he passes. Maybe we should take on the Injured Raj. They are a bit sizable. If there's one logical place to expand, it's there. Kannada culture expansion. Well, which place has more development than the others? That'll be good. Because I don't think Kondana is as... Nah, development's slightly similar. So is there. It's just Devagiri's better than the others. That's why I want to go back home. Even though we're spending our great deal of an investment for our military there. So cattle is brought to uncultivated uplands or fells, allowed to graze on the plentiful grasses that grow there. Now we officially form the alliance, I believe. Ah, landed. I see. So you live there now? Yes. Another Raja. How much money you got? That's Kalyani Chalukya. Don't jump the gun yet. Let me go meditate. More than likely to gain theological insights to this location if I were to do that. But I'd rather lose more stress for this. It's one good thing about asceticism. And also that increased autonomy should go away in about a year's time, and we'll have even more control. Well done. That'll help it out a little. Once I'm done meditating, of course. Logically, if we were to expand somewhere again, it would have to be there. Even though it's middle of open plains. Well, which holding has the most buildings is the real question. One. Down here. Except it's separated. So I guess there. A lot of open land. How's your health? Oh, let's give this a shot. If you can fabricate it for me. And if I don't have the money, then we'll have to blackmail somebody for it. I think we already knew that one. But you know what? Do it anyway. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold the phone. That's the reason why. Don't go overboard with this. So yeah, he was never our ally because, well, that siblings hold that bit of land. He'll definitely accept it. So I'm gonna need some money from you. Or negotiate the alliance that we never had. But then again, I already got one ally in mind, which you had your chance, so pay up. This is for the money for the claims. Be careful. I'm just not so trusting at all. I'm just a deceitful son of a beeswax. Look, as good as you are, but your brother here, he's a better tactician. The Raja passed away and can no longer sway him, thus alliance invalid. But we form an alliance with the one that we've landed. Who's we? That was part of the succession. Still inferior compared to ours. When we get more levies from Kondana. Whenever we have a talk again, you know, sorry about that. About earlier. Krishna asks, it says, I've come to the exorbitant conclusion that you are truly the best candidate for my open council position. Though it pains me to do so, so I am unfortunately obligated to offer you the position of Marshal of Rashtrakuta. Okay, I'll take it, I guess. As Liege's Marshal. I mean, if I was, had it on focus on that, I would be happy to do so, but I'd rather be a steward. But thank you. Oh my goodness. What the hell of a commander, but you may never know what's going to happen. Alright, we constructed a small hill fort in Kondana, so should be effective on the defense. Now that we have a strong garrison here. And we're about to have more control very soon. But save the money. We may get an unpressed claim here. If it is a pawn for carps you're interested in, I can build you a terrific one, my lord. A builder before me has good credentials, and my courtiers seem very excited about the prospect. Stop wasting my time. Yeah, I remember that guy. So we no longer have alliance with him. We could be careful. Think about what you're doing. Well, we can wait 2 months. Just in case. But I also want to get this since I have a habit of getting more stress. Joined an allies wars to Rashtrakuta. Ancestry. Okay. Now let's blackmail him. He may or may not accept. Okay. We need to get back together. Honored by your request. The hell you say? I know it's going to cause tyranny to do that, but we'll see how much for that claim is. But if I manage to get a big claim on the whole duchy, then that's very good. Okay. So, okay to think on him. 93. Here, throwing my money at you for this. Okay, now we have a claim on it, but, well, don't underestimate this adulterer giant. He's a very good fighter, and you know the Kannadas have the wood steel. We do not. We don't know those things. Because this land is all Marathi to us. Because it belongs to Maharashtra, which is going to be the early goal for this series for us. I need to get as much control as Maharashtra as possible before we can revolt against the Rashtrakuta, unless they partition. Then we will have the kingdom for ourselves, and then it will be ruled by Marathis for Marathis. And of course get Devagiri back and make it the capital of the kingdom, eventually. Don't forget about that. Yeah, we'll be getting more control sooner or later. They didn't build any buildings. There's 200 bowmen, 6 chevaliers. But I got plenty of allies. Intimidated by me. Do I have dread? I do not. Maybe it's because of the blackmail. Or we'll continue to sway him. Don't rush it. You again? Just don't know when to stay away from your business. Don't blackmail him. He's already suffered enough. Give it another year and I'll take more money from him. It's almost like we run like it's the mob around here. Except I am not sending rowdies over his court. Talk about his forgiving nature. So. Oh yeah, I have a strong hook on Jetpal. I remember you. Well, he ain't gonna be around for long, so I'll just push into the horse's water trough to limit things up. Oh, he's my rival now. And someone's plotting to kill my court physician. How many lovers do you have, or we just keep referencing one? Oh, 2 actually. Aha, temptation focus. Thank you very much. So, do we have an agreement? No, I ain't gonna send you money, nor am I gonna blackmail you. If you got secrets. Yeah, you do, it's just I'm not gonna blackmail you. No, It's not going to be worth the mental breakdown for that. Okay, this should work. Oh, you do have siege weapons. If we want to construct one thing, then it would be the hill farms for a little more tax. And, you know, with those taxes, then I can definitely maintain a full-sized army of this size. And of course, holding more land means more land for me and my sons to give away. Spymaster discovery. My mother's discovered that the court Dashavarman is scheming against my court decision. I'm gonna throw you in jail for that. Oh, if only I could revoke your title right now for this. But you ain't going anywhere. Because that land was mine. Just looking. I think he's too dangerous to be left alive. Well, no, don't murder. What's the matter with you? Take it easy. Time for me to meditate. Because I need to reduce more stress. As per usual. Huh? Dashavarman and Malaka. Are you ransoming me? It's rather tempting, but as I said, you're too dangerous. Look at the intrigue. That's far too dangerous. You're gonna stay in prison. Maharaja is being attacked by Raja. For Ramagiri, over there. Maharaja Pulakesi became a new liege from Krishna. What happened? He drank himself to death. Well, there goes our source of revenue. Realms partitioned. Oh, no. That man was of a Rashtrakuta origin, now rules Devagiri. But that's his only title, though. His strength is similar. And we know he has an alliance with the Shire satrap, which they're busy. Would this be our moment? That should we just say forget about it and take Maharashtra for ourselves, even though, or we just want Devagiri, which is the one that I want all along. Fight against our liege for our old home. Or be patient, take Meritocracy, so we can claim the throne against my liege, then become the ruler of Maharashtra. So cancel those plans for this area. I think we found a better target, potentially. And yes, I'll be your chancellor. Just keep kissing up to him. He's busy with the Devagiri conflict. He's got an alliance, but he's weak. They're not hardly related. Alright, I've returned from meditation and things are looking up for us. Because could this be our return to Devagiri? Because on the war... Oh, he just been captured. Devagiri is lost. Well, you are weaker than I thought. But do not underestimate him. So this is what happened. Obayama takes Telangana. Pulakeshi III has Maharashtra. And Patal is... yes, Rome is split into three. Telangana, Rashtrakuta, that's Kannada, and Maharashtra. They could make potential alliances with the others. I'm surprised you're still around. Do come on in, because we need every fighting man available. So, you know what? Go for this. I mean, Devagiri would be good, but we want the whole thing. But anyways, another council meeting, another conflict. Stewart Shivaji Rao and Chancellor Charavadeva are arguing violently about the training regimen of the troops. As Raja, I could silence them with a single word, but I have a better idea. My diplomatic pursuits have given me insight on how to handle situations like these to please everyone. I'll try to find a compromise that makes everyone happy. I arranged a good compromise, so there you go. You were around for a long time, huh? How much longer? 44 days. Okay. I was gonna go down there, but this way. Autocracy. But the real question is, if you're gonna scheme to claim the throne, how much would that be? Oh, that's very good. It'll take you years, but I think we'll stop this episode right here. South India is becoming a bit more fractured than before, while the north looks more stabilized, especially under the Gujarat Pratihara dynasty, which they even expanded its way into Makran now. But over here in Maharashtra, I think we're going to be going home. I just turned 50, and I hope my sons are ready for battle. While their strength is similar, but the Afghans are busy. So we won't worry about them. We can easily take Maharashtra for ourselves and deal with the others, but it's just going to be him and him alone. We can defeat him, take the capital, and their heirs, and everything will belong to us, and we want them out for good. So, we have a decision to make for the next episode. Take Devagiri or take both, as in this and the whole kingdom. Will justice be served for the Marathi people, or whatever? I was just trying to build up the drama here, while we continue to get more control in Kondana, which it pays well, but the levies it provides, not so much. I mean, we do have the manpower to take them on, the light footmen and bowmen. We'll be sure to make sure that we convert back to the right giant faith, while we will also conduct whatever business that we have with the other vassals from within. So we may be alone on this issue, but if there's going to be any ally that may come of us, it's likely going to be the Khanate Chalukya, which they will enter the mutual alliance with us on the next episode. The Marathas will strike back, because we're mad as hell and we ain't going to take it anymore. So, but it's going to take time. So, tune into the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. And I will continue on the stewardship. Maybe it's just going to be that way for the rest of my life then. So I'll pick this up next. And what else? I guess stewardship has its uses. But I'm really going to miss Mama, my best friend. Because she's our most effective spymaster. All of this would not be possible without the Eila. So, tune in next time for episode 3 of the Seuna Yadava. But until then, so long for now, and peace be with you.